Coming to you from sunny California and the Great White North. Get ready. We are breaking down the obstacles on the Armchair Ninja Podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Armchair Ninja Podcast. It is Friday, June 30th, 2017. My name is Rich, and joining me to cover the ANW9 Daytona Qualifiers is Bijan. How you making out?
I'm good, man. Well, I'm a little sick to my stomach. Like, I just went to the county fair yesterday, dude. I ate so much food. Like, it's appalling how much I ate. I literally ate a mountain of what's called a Mexican funnel cake, which is basically churros, but it's supposed to feed 6 to 8 people. And my girlfriend and I pretty much ate all of it. I also ate, what did I eat? Deep fried Oreos. We had hot Cheeto chili cheese fries, and just, yeah, it was disgusting, but amazing at the same time. I'm not feeling very well, guys.
Nobody does deep fried garbage food quite like America does. Deep fried butter, deep fried coal. Like,
they had all of it.
Crazy.
I woke up today and I just stare at the mirror and I'm just like, you are disgusting. Shame on you. I shame myself on that one. but moving on with this. Hey, this episode was interesting, we'll say, guys. You know, it was a roller coaster of emotions for me, bro. There were some high highs and some way low lows on this episode. How'd you feel, man?
I liked it overall, but there were a couple of low points. Overall, I thought it was a fantastic episode, but I know why some people are really hating on it.
Well, I can't say it was fantastic. I can't even get close to that or say it was great. But I will say this, everything's relative, you know? If we are comparing this to most shows in the same genre, this is still a very good episode, you know? But relative to all the other episodes we've seen this season and pretty much the past few seasons of ANW, this has got to be one of the weaker episodes.
Yeah, so we're going to be covering the Daytona Qualifiers, as we said. But we're also going to be covering Crashing the Course. We're actually recording quite late this week, so we're going to be covering next week's obstacle for Kansas City, so that's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk a little bit about the ninja quiz, the Who Dat Ninja quiz that I put out. I want to talk about the results and how the polls are going and stuff like that. So let's actually get into the obstacles and the course and all the runs that we had this week, because I thought it was pretty good. I know there's some down points, and we'll definitely talk about those as well here. So the obstacles themselves, we had the floating steps, as always. We had this new obstacle, rolling pin. This was an interesting obstacle. Yeah. It seemed like a lot of almost chance, but
it's not chance,
I know
bro.
Better than that.
Yeah, it's very interesting, and I really like it, actually, because it's unique in how you have to tackle the obstacle. Like, you have to wrap your arms around separate ways, and in many ways you're holding yourself up with your forearms and wrapping around with your wrists. You're using parts of your body that you don't traditionally train on, and I like the fact that you're implementing, like, for a lot of people, weaker muscles. I like the technique involved, and I like how a lot of the competitors tackled it. With that said, it's one of those obstacles that I think too many people figured out too early on, so it didn't, I guess, take out too much of the field. With that said, I very much applaud everybody involved with making it, because it's very unique, very creative, and I liked what I saw, but I don't know. We might not see it again, because I don't know if it did enough damage, honestly, man.
Yeah, I think it was good. I think it was a good test overall. We don't normally see the second obstacle take out that many people. My only concern is there were certain competitors that seemed to be almost flung like off the pads on the far end. And I didn't know how much control you would have over that to keep it, centered. I guess it kind of slid around as you were going down.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of obstacles that do that same thing, though, right?
Kinda.
Cannonball drop. Like, a lot of those dropping obstacles, you kind of just fling your body forward and just hope that you land on it.
After that, we had the brand new obstacle Wing Nuts, which was part of the Obstacle Design Challenge last year, and a very cool obstacle.
Oh, so cool. I love everything about that obstacle. Just looking at it, right? Like, you don't even have to go into the intricacies of how to tackle it. Just looking at an obstacle, that thing is amazingly dope. Like, it's so creative. And, I just love everything about it. The name, how you tackle it. You have to go completely sideways, and that's got to be very awkward and strange for a lot of competitors, because most people probably, when they're doing laches and stuff, they're probably doing it forwards or somewhat in a diagonal. Like, very rarely are you like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna swing directly sideways, That's got to be very new to a lot of people. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it tests all the right things. It has a great dynamic for the show. It's a great name. Like, everything about that obstacle is just a perfect fit for ANW. I think it'll be around for a while.
Yeah, you have to imagine the producers love that obstacle. It's just, everything about it screams like win.
It's perfectly fair. Like, it's everything that it's everything the hourglass drop isn't.
I like what you did there. Very much so.
We've got Broken Bridge after that. Rolling Thunder, which I got to see in person in Philly and watch it destroy the field.
I love that obstacle. Oh.
But, well, thankfully they went with the second version that we saw in City Finals, right, with the half panes of glasses.
Yeah.
With the full panes, it was way too much.
Very good observation, Rich. That's a very good point. Like, when it was a full pane, it was almost impossible, especially for female competitors or people with shorter wingspans. With that half pane of glass, it really makes it fair, and I love that obstacle. Just a small, minute modification really makes a difference, and I'm so glad to see it. Just, it fills my heart with joy, my evil heart with joy. So I love it. and that bridge obstacle is terrifying. Oh my god! Like, if I'm a competitor, I'm looking at that thing being like, oh god, why is it here?
Yeah, and then we had the warp wall, of course, and I was looking at that list of obstacles and the course that were overall, and just 3 letters to sum it all up: WTF. Like, what were? Why did they do that to this poor region?
Oh, it's a tough course, but I love it, man. Good on them. They came to play with this creativity and everything involved with it.
I think they're 3 for 3 on the courses. I really think that they've really nailed the courses this year.
They're doing really a really good job with the course design.
All right, so let's take a look at the first competitor, which is usually, we always expect the first competitor to be kind of a no starter, basically, or non-starter, basically. We had Haley Jo Fuller, and I loved her promo. It was a little long, maybe, but at the same time, I thought it was really cool. Like, she's a band geek, but she's also like a fighter. It was just really overall cool. Like, I loved the whole thing. I thought that was how to sell a competitor on this show. That is a perfect one.
She was relatable, and it was almost adorable to a point, right? Like, you automatically root for her. She's that quirky, nerdy band geek, as you said. She's also a fighter, so she's got a tough side. So instantly you kind of respect her. You're like, good on you. I really want you to do well. It was long though, man. So it could have been shortened, but I like it. It's not something where I'm like, oh, shame on you guys for doing this. I liked it a lot. Yeah, just good on her. She's in good shape. I mean, we have to imagine we're going to see her again. She's still really young. And this was one competitor where my girlfriend's on the side, and she's still new to this show. But my girlfriend's kind of a band geek too, but also an athlete, and she was very much invested in this girl's run. So she definitely did something right.
And then she ended up going out on the rolling pin, unfortunately. I thought she was going to do better than that. I don't know. I totally, even though it was first competitor and everything, I thought, but I missed the fact until afterwards. Like, I didn't see any ninja obstacles there, did I?
No. Well, it's whatever, right? Like, you don't want people that train on obstacles to go on this show. I want everyday people also, but you don't need to devote that much time to them. Yeah. So it could have been shortened. That's all I have to say.
After her, we saw the return of Casey Suhaki, the guy that had brought his grandpa last year, and grandpa was so cool. Championing him from the sidelines, the Bama Ninja. He almost fell in the steps. He came very, very close. And he ended up going out of the wing nuts. He was the first one to go down on the new obstacle.
But
I thought it was a decent run.
Come on, the highlight of it was he proposed, man.
I don't know. We had one. Didn't we have one last week? I think we had one. It was fast forwarded.
Yeah, somebody proposed and they're fast forwarded. If you become the Bama Ninja and you got a cool nickname, they show it on TV. With that said, I could have done, honestly, without the vignette. That's not needed, in my opinion. Actually, completely not needed. But I'm happy that he proposed. Like, I'm happy. I get some genuine joy out of seeing people happy and, life changing and everything. So good for them. I wish them the best.
Am I just that jaded, being on the second marriage and all?
Or are you like, say no to him?
No, I just keep thinking, like, to me, they had a proposal last week. Like, I don't want a proposal every week. I feel like it. And nothing against Casey whatsoever. It was whatever.
You're terrible, bro.
I'm terrible.
But with that said, we really didn't need that vignette, so it's whatever. And you're gonna hear that a lot, guys. It's kind of a problem. It's kind of a problem.
Might want to buckle in for this one. Yeah,
I'm trying to be nice. Next? I'm trying to be I'm trying to be happy. We'll see how long that lasts.
All right, next was Otis Hooper. He went from the dad bod to competing for Mr. Olympia, and I don't know. This was the first time. It's not that I didn't have problems with other vignettes. This was the first time I was really, really questioning why it was shown.
Interesting. Go on.
Well, he went out on the rolling pin, and before that, I was thinking, oh, this guy must really do well. Like his little vignette was kind of okay. It wasn't great, but I thought he was going to be shown because he went far in the course. Like the story didn't warrant the weight it was given. I have no idea why they picked this guy for the story.
Yeah, I understand. This is kind of a problem I have because a lot of people that were highlighted and extensively, like it's one thing to be shown, but it's another thing. This guy was shown for multiple minutes, guys. And you get way too much of his backstory. It could have been, he's leaning to not needed to shortened, in my opinion. And it's hard because this guy isn't even making it to the final qualifiers. As a matter of fact, nobody that's been highlighted yet, right, has even made it to the final qualifiers.
Well, I think the problem is, and we feel this every week, that we always want to be clear that we're not bashing on the competitors at all, right? There's nothing against Otis whatsoever. It is the producers. Why did we get so much of Otis and so little of some of the others? It just seems very disproportionate at times. And I don't want to harp on it too much, but I feel like we're going to probably a little bit in this episode.
Oh, I'm going to be harping on it. But, this one, it's just too long. And that's the issue. It's too long. If they can shorten it and make it tighter, and I'd be perfectly fine with him and his story. Like, even if he goes out early, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you extend it and you want to show me his life story for multiple minutes, and it leads to absolutely nothing of a payoff, that's where it becomes a problem.
Yeah, now that you say that, because I was thinking not needed, really, but at the same time, I was drawn in for the first 10, 15 seconds because, hey, dad bod, that's me. I got total dad bod, so I'm on this guy's side at the beginning, but they actually went so far that I was just totally fed up with it.
Yeah, well, if you want to have a good example of having just a long vignette, but perfectly highlighted, like a complete personality, engrossing, creative. It makes me really just fall in love with the person. We're talking about the next one, Bree. Because boy, this is a highlight for me. I loved everything about this.
Bree was a highlight of the episode, despite not being one of the strongest competitors. Isn't that kind of funny?
It's fine. I mean, this is a show, and the run has to be engrossing, and that's the thing. Everything about her run, with her story and everything, was engrossing. It made you invested, and I was at the edge of my seat the entire time. And that's something the other ones just did not have yet. And boy, do they have a star on their hands. I really like this girl. She's great, man. She's got presence, major presence, right, bro?
Yeah, she totally does have presence. Normally I don't like how they tie in every career, every stupid thing you possibly could do has to somehow relate to Ninja. It's oh, he's going to study the course because he studies things and things like that. But I don't know, the catchphrase "scary strong" just stuck with me. I thought that was really cool.
That was cool and all, but I appreciate more just the humbleness that when she talks to the camera, she's actually, she's so genuine, and everybody's genuine, right? But it's something, just natural about how she speaks to the audience, and you just want her to do well. She just comes off like such a nice person, and everything about the goofiness of, like, I work so hard, I create all these, like, crazy visual effects masks, and then I don't even wash my hands, and I just go to scare people, and I make some people pee, and she has a little chuckle. Like, that's awesome. Thumbs up on you. And then she does fairly well in the course, even though she didn't move on. Like, this is her first year, and you can tell she's new to this stuff. She showed a lot of heart. Like, a lot of heart, man, and props to her.
And the more we think about it, the more we realize that Bree Widener, of course, did make it through because she went out on Rolling Thunder, which was far enough. She did actually place third for the women, which means she moves on to the city finals.
Ooh. Okay, I was like, man, she fell out of the Rolling Thunder. There must have been a lot of women that were great that were, like, not even shown. Okay, cool. That fills me with joy because I really like her, and I seriously think we have a star on our hands again. Like, she definitely stood out to me. She is, for everyone, to me, the rookie of the episode. Congratulations, Bree.
Yes, absolutely. And I think most people would agree with you based on the polls that we ran afterwards because she had a very strong showing for sure. Moving on, we had Royal T. Eason.
I love this guy. What a name.
Yes, it sticks out, doesn't it? Like, Royal is one thing, Royal T somehow just sticks.
Yeah, but I love just the bandana that he has, highlighting Sasuke, like a tribute to Sasuke. His outfit, just, like, he's got just a completely different look. And I like that he takes the course seriously. He was a walk-on, right, Rich?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so it instantly a walk-on for me as a diehard because I know what they go through. I'm just rooting for them a whole lot more. And I'm sure all of our listeners know quite well, like, walk-ons, that's some commitment and devotion. So, like, I was so happy for this guy just going through the course. Like, you could tell he was taking it very seriously. He did very well, and he showed a lot of heart. I mean, this is what I want to see. Give this guy a highlight.
Yeah, or, an invite would be good.
That too, yeah.
His family was really emotional on the sidelines. They were tearing up, really drew you in. And because that's always the question, right? When they feature a walk-on, my assumption is that they beat the course, right? They must have done something to get featured. Mm-hmm. In his case, it was really just the emotion on the sidelines.
Dude, his girlfriend, like, the genuine joy protruded on her face. Like, he was trying to keep it in. He was a little emotional, and I was very happy for him. Like, you can tell this was like the highlight of his, like, maybe year. I don't want to go life or anything, but he was really happy, and his girlfriend was just sharing every moment of that with him, and that's really cool. That's a relationship for you guys. That's love.
Yeah, he fell back into the water on the dismount from Rolling Thunder, but he did pretty well overall.
Yeah, it's Rolling Thunder. I don't blame anybody for falling on Rolling Thunder.
Getting to the dismount on Rolling Thunder is a pretty big accomplishment.
Yeah.
Next guy was Jason Bergstrom, who has 9 kids. They just found ANW a year ago, and they built a course. Man, he fell on the last step off Broken Bridge. He just went too far to the left. I hadn't really considered the left-right thing to be a big issue with the Broken Bridge, but I see how it totally messed him up there.
I mean, that's a tricky obstacle, man. Like, that tripped up a few people, honestly, and that obstacle terrifies me. Absolutely terrifies me. His story, I must say, it was great. I really liked this a lot. At the beginning, I was like, oh, well, here we go again. And then it got really interesting. Just his commitment, adopting all these children, foster children coming from, like, tough lives and everything. Like, a lot of respect to this guy and his family. And they all showed love, and they genuinely seem like a very happy family. And him doing this because his children, like, were like, hey, you should try this. I mean, this guy just genuinely protrudes kindness and happiness, and this was once again another video that really shows off a person's personality in the right way, that where you genuinely want them to do well. And I was really happy for this guy, his family, and I was very engrossed in this. How'd you feel, man?
I liked it. I was a little worried at first because it was very heavy-handed.
It was
on the emotional side of it, but with all of the built ninja obstacles and them all completing it, I felt it kind of tied in so well that it was hard to get too annoyed with it. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it started really sappy, and like I feel like everybody was like, "Oh boy, here we go," and then and then it gets like really real, and you're like, "Okay, props, major props, bro." So yeah, I can't knock it.
And he's pretty good on the course too. I mean, he didn't qualify, but he did respectably. I think we might see him again, especially since he's only been doing it for less than a year.
Yeah, like I have no complaints. I was rooting for the guy.
Next we had Ben Kennedy, the race car driver. They had the segment with Akbar and Matt on the race course. What did you think of it?
Well, this is where the episode fell off a cliff.
Really?
Didn't like it.
I liked it because to me, a lot of these segments are just goofy sidelines to showcase wherever they're at, right? Like the Universal things. But there's no faking that fear in their eyes as they're racing around that course. I thought that was really, really interesting.
That was cool. And it was kept short for that, but then they kept going on. And on. And on. Oh, and now here's his run with more story. And he falls immediately. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Shame.
He went out on the rolling pin. I don't know. We didn't expect him to go very far. It was more of
I didn't expect that video to go that far either. It just kept going.
There was a little bit much at points, yeah. Yeah. The racing was cool, but they did kind of carry on.
Yeah, just a bit. Brutal.
But they totally redeemed themselves with one of my favorite runs of the night. I almost would call this a very strong contender for the rookie of the night. Tyler Gillett, the delivery driver who waited 7 years to be on this show. I was so happy for this guy.
This was what I watch ANW for, man. Like, this is the new Josh Levin. Not like, this is another join the rankings with all the young ninjas that have been training like most of their youth to get on this show. And it's a genuinely big deal to them. And you can see the emotion on his face. And when I saw the video of him getting that phone call and him breaking down, like, you feel that emotion, that genuine emotion. This was one of the top highlight videos of the season. Major props. You get a ding of congratulations. Once again, guys, there is a roller coaster of emotions with this episode. I was so happy for him.
Yeah, he was, beyond the fact that he was emotional and very engaging and you were right there with him and really wanted him to do well, he was actually really good. Like, he was very smooth. He was fast for the Rolling Thunder. Like, this guy's got some skills. You said he's the up-and-comers are going to really give the veterans a run for their money.
Yeah, and I like the fact that, unlike a lot of the other Riggin Ninjas, he doesn't come from some, like, major background where it's like, oh, yeah, I was a varsity gymnast or, you know, a top rock climbing champion. He's just like, no, I'm a dude, but I love this show, and I've been training specifically for the show all my life, and it means the world to me. And that was really cool. And typically I'd roll my eyes when somebody would say this is the greatest moment of my life, but it's something different when he actually says it and I believe him. And he was so emotional and everything. You can tell, like, this was actually could have been like the greatest moment of his life. And you know what? I'm very happy for him. Good for you, man. Major props. It was kind of like we're on that journey with him, and I'm very happy for him. I wish him all the best.
Yeah, that's a good point, because I thought the same thing at first. I was like, you know, the best moment of your life, and then I thought about it for a second, like, yeah, for him, training for 7 years. He's just 21 years old.
Yeah, he hasn't had kids or anything yet, so, you know, there's time for the other stuff.
He doesn't have anything like that to compare it to. I really think this would be probably the best moment of his life, and you can see the genuineness in his face. I love that. I thought that was really cool.
You all know. You all saw it. It was just a really cool moment for everybody.
So there was a couple of notable fast forwards after that. Mac Rush, the guy who wore the crown last year.
Love him. Come on, man. The wrestler. The ampness.
He went out of the Wingnuts this year, though, so we won't be seeing him again.
Oh, I love Mac Rush. Oh, keep growing, bro. Keep going.
Besides that, there was a very interesting, do I want to call it a ninja or the hairdo that was interesting?
It was a hairdo.
The unicorn ninja during this fast forward was so over the top.
So extra, man. Like, this is when trying to get a shit goes too far. That hairdo was, you know what? She stood out. But boy, I don't know about that hairdo. It was so extra, man. Just that's all I could say.
And then I say that, and I'm sitting here thinking, like, I don't know, is dressing as Captain Planet any less?
No, that was extremely extra too, and that's why for the first few seasons that Jamie Ron ran, it was fun, but the genuine feel like online is that he was just more of a novelty act with a lot of the character ninjas in the earlier seasons. But then Jamie Ron became more and more serious, and he started getting really good. And guess what he stopped doing? He stopped dressing as Captain NBC, or Captain Planet. So yeah, it gets you on the show, and I respect the hustle to get, like, you have to get there, right? But then, you know, you can be your own person.
After that, we had Chris Johnson, whose brother committed suicide after military service. He's in the Canines for Warriors, talking about the 22 vets per day that commit suicide. Like, talk about bringing the mood of the show down a couple of pegs. Like, this was a very heavy segment.
It was very heavy. It was too heavy, in my opinion. It could have been shortened, I guess. It's weird. Like, it was a story to be told, right? It's not needed, but at the same time, it was so heavy-handed. I don't know, man. Could have been shortened, I guess, in my opinion. But how do you feel?
I'm torn, right? Because it's just a staggering number, and I think that definitely needs to be mentioned more. So, I mean, I have no problem with giving it some airtime. But like I said, we're used to kind of the emotional roller coaster of the show, but it's like, it's one thing to talk about one family's personal struggle. It's another to say, like, hey guys, I know we were just celebrating this guy that's been training for 7 years, and you're like on the super high. By the way, this horrible thing takes place every day. Is like, okay, like, I just feel like it's a little heavy-handed is the nicest way I can say it.
Yeah.
At times where they just kind of like, okay, I get you're tugging on my heartstrings. Can you not rip my heart out of my chest when I'm trying to just enjoy a show right now?
It could be the pacing, I guess, right? Like, you have the highest of a highlight, and then it goes to, like, the lowest of the absolute low. If anything, it could have been shortened, but in many ways maybe moved. Like, because these runs aren't shown chronologically how they are, like, filmed. So you can maybe put this in a different area of the episode, and maybe it'd be a little bit stronger, because when you go from a high like that to a super low, instantly you hear the music and you hear everything going on, and a part of you just psychologically is like, oh boy, I don't know if this placement was right. I guess the best way to put it.
Yeah. That's probably what it was. That's probably what made it so jarring.
Well, about the run, though, I must say, like, the guy definitely, like, gave it his all and was showing a lot of heart. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, he fell in the broken bridge, but he almost saved it. That was actually kind of cool to see him trying to save that falling off the course there.
Mm-hmm. Now, did you give him any chance of actually completing this course, though? Just curious. Because instantly I was like, this guy
but I've been
not.
fooled. The qualifiers, I was changed. My opinion of the qualifiers was totally changed by Michael Stanger, because he was definitely played to that emotional side. And I'm telling you, you can hear it in Matt Nockbar's voice during the competition. He's so brave to be taking this course, and he's doing all that. Like, they're very much on that vibe of, like, every obstacle he completes is one for her.
Well, that's where I instantly am like rolling my eye. That is too much.
Yes.
I cannot stand that stuff. Like, say it at the end of the run or something, but don't do it every obstacle. It's too much. Too much.
Well, I feel like he made them eat their words, because he completed the whole thing with them doing that. They like started picking out, like, he's actually putting together a good run here. Like, yeah, shouldn't ever, for the most part, shouldn't the people you invite have a chance of completing the qualifier? That would probably be a good way to go.
Mm-hmm. And I must say, and he was highlighted this episode, after seeing Bootie, I can never discount anybody from their looks.
Oh, Bootie was awesome last year too.
That's what I'm saying, man. After seeing him last year, like, I can never discount anybody by looks. And we're gonna get to him later, because I love that guy.
Yes, he's very cool. So moving on, we had Eddie Stewart. Oh no! Oh geez.
Is this who I think it is?
It's the pec flexing boot camp guy.
Why?
Dude, brace yourself, everyone.
Why? Why is this a thing? Why do I have to have man on my television screen for how long was this, Rich? How long was this video?
Oh, I don't know. 5 minutes longer than it had to be?
It was too damn long. If it was 5 seconds, it was too damn long. I don't need bouncing all up on my screen. You know what? Double shame on them. Sexualizing men. You don't sexualize the female ninjas on this show, and I would be super angry if you did. Why are you shaming us men, huh? Why are you sexualizing us men? Why can't we have an under-sexualized show? I don't need this on my television screen. This is horse habs level. Not needed. Shame, shame, shame. Oh my God, shame. This was awful. This was dreadfully awful. And now he's teaching classes with old man trying to like bounce. Come on. Come on. Do you guys know like what muscles work, like how you bounce your boobs? Like it's your incline like your upper pecs. You don't just like, I don't get it. There's not a class where you're like squeeze your boobs and they're gonna bounce. It doesn't work like that. So like, what is this? Everything about this is just so staged, stupid, awful. And it was so long too. It was so long.
My brain can't even process what they did there. We look at the 3 runs that they had back to back here. We had the 7-year guy that so emotional over the top. Then we had the military service, 22 vets per day, and then we had pec flexing boot camp. Like, ANW, what are you doing? Like, you are totally all over the map.
2 minutes of my life they owe me back because I am appalled at what was on my television screen in this stupid story.
To go back to the segment, though, to go back to what I said earlier, Eddie's just doing his thing, right? He's up there, and he did great. He finished qualifying the last 2 seasons. He does it again. He trains with Jojo Bynum.
I have never prayed for somebody to fall in the water so hard. Ever since that annoying chick from Sasuke. And I feel bad. I wish you all the best, man. I don't know you. You're probably a great guy. But I was so begging for him to, like, just get off my screen.
Not me.
I do not need to see
once he jumped
flexing ever again.
I was so over that segment 2 seconds into it. But I got to say, when he jumped over the last step of the broken bridge, I was on board with this guy. I really liked him. I was like, oh my God, like I love that leap that he made. And then when Jojo started, and the only flexing I liked through that whole thing was Jojo taking off his shirt and flexing as he was going up the wall. I thought that was funny, and I thought that was okay.
It was just red of hatred the entire time. I'm sorry, guys. It was so triggering. I'm sure some people loved it. Good on you guys. It was all red, and it was pure like I'm just gonna move on. I'm gonna calm down. Yeah. I'm sweating, and shame on everything about this.
All right, so then we had another cool run, a good one. John Loobey, the geriatric ninja, 65 years old.
Roller coaster of emotions. Awesome. Go from the lowest of lows to the highest of highs. I love this guy. He is the best. 65 years old, dude, and this guy can get it.
Yeah, I don't know what this guy's limit is. Like, watching him go, you're like, he could do. I would not be surprised to see him complete a qualifier next year at 66 years old. He is so good.
It's insane. And there's like some older ninjas like Jon Stewart and stuff, but they don't look their age. This guy looks every part of his age. Probably even
like
older.
10 years older than Jon Stewart.
I know, but look at this guy compared to Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart looks like he could be this guy's child. Like, oh man. It's just something about his look and him doing these obstacles. And once again, like Jon Stewart and all these other guys, they look like super athletic, right, Rich?
Yeah.
This guy looks straight out of like just like a retirement home. And maybe that's like too mean, and I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just saying like his look is very unique in showing that like somebody that looks very elderly can, if they have like the right technique and heart, like this guy does, they can go through it. And I was rooting for this guy every moment of it. And I love the fact that he was enjoying it. He had a big old smile on his face. Even after he fell on the rolling pin, he landed kind of hard. I was like, oh boy, and I was kind of scared. He got up and he just kept on rolling, man. And he got through a lot of that wing nut. Like, I want to hear what was your reaction when you saw him on the wing nut? That's what I'm curious about, man.
My note here, I watched it a couple of days ago, and I had forgotten this. I noted it's the first time I've sworn watching this show because I literally like let the F-bomb drop when he hit that wingnut and held on. I'm like, oh my, yeah, like, oh my God, that was amazing. I can't believe, I thought he was going to beat it.
Yeah, that was insane. I was literally standing up, like, screaming.
He did lose his teeth in the water, though.
Oh, my God, I love this guy. He lost his freaking teeth, Rich. We had an ANW competitor where they lost their teeth in the water. And he went in the water and grabbed it, showed it to the crowd, and put it back in his mouth with a big old smile. Oh, my life is complete. Guess what this guy gets? Athletically Profound Run of the Night. I love you. You made my life complete.
Good on you, John Loobey. After him, we had Kevin Carbone, a walk-on, who won the Obstacle Design Challenge for the wingnut. And he did great. He ended up beating it. It was a great run. Really interesting. I didn't think he was going to beat Rolling Thunder, but he did make that too. He completed the course, and then he proposed to the buzzer. How many proposals? That's the third proposal this year.
That was over the top. But I was very happy. I was really rooting for this guy because something about the fact that you're so into the show that you submit something for the contest, and you not only get to have your obstacle, like you get to see it, but you get to run the course. And that proposal, don't know about that. It was a little extra, but whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, I don't think it was needed. Basically, he had a good story already. He didn't need the buzzer proposal to be memorable.
Yeah, but the video is much needed. I liked it. Makes you want to root for the kid. And yeah, did you notice that he said in his video that he didn't know that his obstacle was part of, like, even chosen to be made or anything like that until he went to Kansas City, like the course itself, and saw it there. So they never told him that his obstacle was chosen or that they're making it. Like, how does that work? I feel like if you win the contest and they design the obstacle, they should probably give you a heads up, right?
Well, it's really weird, and I don't know if anybody out there knows the answer to this question, because I was really raising my eyebrows at that. And then we saw in Crashing the Course, which we'll talk about later, that they did notify the other guy and brought him in to see it.
Very good point.
So I wonder if the difference is that this guy was going to run the course, and they couldn't give him the advantage of knowing one of the obstacles ahead of time.
That's a very good point. Now, that's kind of what I was thinking, is that he was chosen to run on this course. I don't believe he was a walk-on, so...
He was. He was a walk-on.
Well, then, who knows? Why? There
well,
you
if they
go.
knew he was one of the walk-ons, they still couldn't let him know one of the obstacles, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know. It's weird. Because why the disconnect? Why is one notified and the other not?
Very curious. Maybe they don't let him know until, like, the day before they film or something, but it was just, it was a weird thing that I noticed. I was like, what?
It was interesting that they featured it, too, because, I mean, they edit everything, right? I mean, they could not show that if they wanted. They chose to let us know that he didn't have any idea until then. Mm-hmm. Next, we have some rage-inducing fast-forwards. We have Ryan Stratis, who, for some reason, didn't get featured on the show. Instead, we got these other ones.
Because we needed flexing for 2 minutes. That's why.
Yes.
Why. I mean, it was very
why would we want
important.
to see Ryan Stratis?
So important. I needed those boobs to bounce all up on my screen.
That was the one that got me. Like, Ryan Stratis, you're going to fast-forward Ryan Stratis? Seriously?
He's ran every single season of ANW. He shows so much passion. He lives ANW.
Shame bell. Where's the shame bell? I don't have a bell. You have the bell.
Shame.
Alessio Gomez. The Brazi Bros, who are really engaging. I really like these guys.
Oh, that's one of us. I was so happy. I feel bad. This is one of those really personal things. I'm very curious how other people feel about them, because I feel like they were over the top, right? A few seasons ago, right, Rich?
Yeah, they still are.
And they're shown every season, and I think that's the problem. They might be just overexposed at this point, and where I feel like maybe just having limited time of them, and maybe they'll feature them later on, does them a little bit better, because when you're so over the top, it can get a little too obnoxious. And I was honestly very I was quite all right. I did not need a 2-minute vignette of them with their crazy adventures or whatever again. It's too much. Yeah, but I'm honestly curious. This is one where I really want to hear from everybody at home. Like, hit me up on Twitter and Instagram, well, particularly Twitter, honestly, about how you feel about the Brazi Bros, because I feel like it could be either way. People love them or I can't stand them. I'm kind of in the more camp of, like, I don't need to see them all the time, but it's like I completely understand if somebody does like them, like you, Rich.
I like them. I wouldn't say I'm like over the top of them, but I think they're cool. They're interesting. I think they have a lot of personality. I think they've got like that YouTuber type personality, kind of exaggerated, kind of a bit much maybe for some, but no, I have no problem with them. I think they're pretty good.
Don't need them.
Next we had Tim Miller, who shaved shades and a mustache into the back of his head. He went from being single to being a stepdad, and they started calling him daddy. It was not a smooth run.
What was your rating on this one, Rich?
It wasn't that smooth, but he was making it, and then he fell in the broken ridge. Not needed. We'll
it's
say.
Not needed. It was not needed. It was a definitive hard line to not needed. I did not need this video. He fell on the broken bridge.
Why?
Just I don't know why I needed this. Like there are so many other runs that I could have had that I could have been invested in and actually could have seen during the finals. Like I didn't need this. Very happy, had a cute family, like good on him. All the props to him, but I did not need this video.
100%. Tim,
and
if you're listening, if anybody flags this to you, Tim, no problem with you whatsoever. I just do not understand why you get featured over some of the others. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, and it's not just that, but like if they have the featured video and they're not even making it to the finals, I at least expect like some passionate, like something crazy happening during your run, you know? Like what makes your run stand out from everybody else's? Something, right? It was just a run.
It was just a run. It was an average run, which is cool. It's fine, but I just feel like there had to be something else there that they could have put in.
Yeah.
After him, a great run. We have Bootie Cothran, who is Booty bandwagon all the way. His fourth year.
I am all over. Well, that sounds. I'll say it. I'm all over the booty bandwagon. All over it. I'm getting deep in that booty bandwagon. I need to stop.
105 pounds, soaking wet. This guy is so interesting to see run the course, if nothing else. Even if he wasn't just engaging in his personality and everything else, it's just like you're just fascinated. Like, this guy is so tiny. How does he do this? Like,
so small. Like he stands out so much, and he's so strong, man. And like you just see him like wrap his arm around the Rolling Thunder and like shaking it out. And I'm like, props. Like even if he doesn't like go all the way, his runs are entertaining. It's not just a regular run. Like you are seeing some stuff, and I loved everything about it, from his nickname to how he attacks the course. He's a showman. He's very fun. Like, his run was so awesome, dude. Like, when you saw him go up to that Rolling Thunder, and the fact that, and they even highlight the fact that the Rolling Thunder is 100 pounds. So he's literally having to roll his body weight. And I was like, this guy isn't even going to get, like, 3 rotations. And he doesn't just go through it. He's actually going, like, very fast to that Rolling Thunder, man. And I'm just like, how does this guy do it? How?
Did you have a moment of panic when he fell, though? Because the way he collapsed awkwardly and his legs buckled, I was like, oh, geez, what just happened there? Like, I thought.
Every time this guy lands, I'm terrified. He's like, look at him. But it's that's what makes it amazing. It was so cool, man. And I need more booty in my life. Less more booty. There's the name of the episode, bro.
I'm putting less pecs. I'll go less pecs, more booty.
No, those weren't pecs. Those are so.
Dude, I gotta edit all this out. You can't.
Oh no, it's staying.
After him, we had JJ Woods, his redemption year. Oh God, I was so looking forward to this run.
So happy they highlighted him, just like Brent Stevenson. They're showing some love to some competitors again. I loved the story, as you said, man. Like redemption. That was the theme of his story.
Yeah, and I found out I can hold my breath for like 5 minutes, apparently. This guy, I was beside myself, like, don't fall. I don't get, like, every obstacle, like, how is he keeping it together? Because I'm losing. I'm a wreck watching him go. Like, I don't want him to fall. I just need him to hit the buzzer for the qualifier, if nothing else.
Yeah, you can see it was a big deal to him, and I really like the fact that he showed a lot of emotion. Like, he was very real with the audience, and it's like, I know it sounds weird and everything, but like, I genuinely got depressed when I fell early last year, and it was bothering me, and I just kept playing it over and over and over again. And when you come from an athletic background, like, I can completely understand that. Or not even athletic background. I'm sure everybody's done something where they're very passionate and they're very confident, but something happens and they just feel like crap afterwards. And I really felt for him, and you can see like genuine passion in his, like, just his mood and everything going into this run. And he didn't just go well. He beast moded this course. And I was just so happy to see him being more confident again and him getting a swag back. And yeah, I just loved it, dude.
I like JJ Woods in this run more than I've ever liked him in anything we've seen him in before. I really felt like you said, the genuineness. I just, there was a vulnerability to him and like that swagger that he always has. You know, it can be a bit much maybe at times.
It can be a little over, like, cocky, right? I guess.
Yeah, bordering on cocky. And now I felt like I just felt for him. I was really wanted him to do well, and he did, and I was so happy for him. It was great. It was, you know, they always preach redemption on this show. That's one of the main themes, I guess. But this was just really hit that well. I thought it was where you do want them to get that redemption. Yeah,
good point. And a lot of people like forget this, but he started in ANW same time Drew Drechsel did and Flip Rodriguez did. This guy's been going at it for a long time, and it's not as highlighted as severely as his contemporaries that I just named, but like, this is his life. Like, he takes this stuff super seriously. So I can just imagine how hard it was for him to fall at the very beginning of last season, and I'm very happy for him.
Okay, so after that, we had a couple of fast forwards, notably Jojo Bynum, who went out on the wing nuts. Who saw that coming?
Poor Jojo, man. I love Jojo. Jojo's one of those competitors that I feel like he's going to be more of a star in TNW, honestly. Do you feel that?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He's done really well in ANW. They don't feature him a whole lot, but he does well. Like, that's why he's one of the team captains.
Oh, yeah, he does well.
He's one of the strong competitors.
He does well in ANW, but man, like, when you think about him standing out and like the things that stand out to you about JoJo, it seems, in my opinion, to be like the highlights of Team Ninja Warrior, and I feel like that's where he's gonna get his kind of niche. You know, he's always gonna do well in ANW, but I really think he's gonna stand out with Team Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, but his year is done, unfortunately.
That sucks. Way too early for that guy.
Meanwhile, Lucas Gomez from the Brazi Bros did complete the course in his fast forward, so you must be thrilled about that. Moving on.
Yep.
Moving on. We've got one of our we had like nothing but favorites left to go here. We've got Jessie Graff.
How are we an hour in? This is the first we've talked about the fact that we have Jessie Graff on this episode. Andrew Drechsel.
Yes,
wow.
This is
like
unbelievable.
It's crazy. Like, this episode, they were grasping at straws for personalities, honestly, this episode. But boy, did they top heavy this episode. They've got literally the top female athlete and the top male athlete in the entire sport on this episode. And it was so nice to see them, right, Reg? It was refreshing as all heck. Just seeing Jessie Graff stretch, she's not even running yet, just stretching, and I'm just like, Jessie Graff is about to run on American Ninja Warrior again. I was giddy.
Yeah, and all the segments with her, I mean, oh my God, they overdo and coming up now. Oh my jeez. All right, we get it. We know she's running. We're waiting to see her run. Like, we don't need 1,000 promos.
Hey, they know who's bringing in them ratings. They know what's up.
They do. But her segment was good. I loved all the thing with the little kids that idolize her. We know that anyway because we follow all the social media stuff. So we've seen how much the kids idolize her, and they should, because she's amazing.
It's genuine too. I've seen it like firsthand in person. Like, kids, like especially little girls, idolize her, and couldn't happen to like a nicer lady. Both Casey Gatanzaro, Jessie Graff, like those two people in particular, or women in particular, really stand out for a lot of children, and just both great icons and idols for the children.
Yeah, this was the first year I was nervous for her though, because with the rule change, she's not necessarily safe. We might not see her in Vegas.
I respect
if she
that.
does a Drew Drechsel, Flip Rodriguez, JJ Woods moment and just overlooks an early obstacle. She would be done.
Could you imagine? Like, you have to imagine the producers were terrified, probably peeing in their pants. Like, oh God, please don't fail.
It was unwarranted, obviously, because
it's Jessie Graff. Yeah,
practically a superhero. But she did fall in Rolling Thunder. She wasn't able to complete the qualifier this time, and she was hanging there for over a minute.
That's the thing, though, man. She gave it her all. I mean, the genuine heart. I mean, she was up there for a minute, but you could see she was just like, she was worn out halfway through that Rolling Thunder. And she would have just give it her all to like lift her body up and do one more rung. And then when you think she's got nothing left, she just go up again, one more rung. And then all of a sudden there's a plexiglass gap. And it's like, oh boy, man, she's dangling there. There's nothing left. She's got the full arms extended. Nope, lifts up her body again. One more rung, and it just kept going, and it was so dramatic, and I loved it. You just see on her face, she was smiling the whole time, but she was fighting, like, probably so much pain, and she gave it her absolute all, and I really respect that. I mean, what a great run that was. The whole time going through it, I mean, she kept her cool. That was the thing. She didn't let the moment get to her, or the nerves get to her at all. I think we're going to see her actually get through the Rolling Thunder in the finals. I genuinely feel that, because afterwards she didn't just say, oh man, I gave my all but I couldn't do it. She pointed out immediately, like, hey, I could have done this better. I just needed to get my timing better and go a little bit faster and everything. She instantly was able to adjust and know what she needed to do next time. So that adaptation, man, she's got it.
We saw that with the hourglass drop, right? She was one of the few ones that, fell in qualifier and then figured out how to do it for the finals, because she is one of the best students of the sport, I think. Like, if you put a complex obstacle on that course, the more complex, the better. You will see her distance herself from the rest of the pack every time. When she walked up to that Rolling Thunder, she didn't just jump up. You could see her stand to the side and start figuring out where her hand placements are going to be. Like, I love when she does that. And you just see her working it out. It's almost like watching like Sherlock Holmes in those movies where it's like she's calculating 5 steps ahead of the person she's up against, right? Mm-hmm. Like, she's just awesome. I love watching her every minute she's on the course.
Wonderful observation, man. I didn't even think about that, but you're 100% right. Like, her approach is what really makes her stand out. Her athleticism, like, makes her persevere, but it's her approach and how she tackles these obstacles, kind of like Joe Moravsky, right? Like, really makes her stand out from the crowd. And even though she wasn't able to get through it this time, I seriously have got good vibes about when we see her in the finals.
Yeah, that'll be good to see. So then we had some more fast forwards, including Travis Rosen. Like,
that hurt, man.
Like, come on.
It's Travis Rosen.
A minute 47, 30 seconds faster than anyone else, and they fast forward him. Like, come on. Really?
He's one of the top ninjas in the sport, and he's probably the oldest out of that crowd, and he's always doing so well. He, like, spoiler alert if you don't know Team Ninja Warrior, but, like, he made it to the finals for the second year, and he's always overlooked. When you think last year's Team Ninja Warrior, you think about Brian Arnold, but you forget that if Travis Rosen didn't fall off the course, Travis Rosen would have had a very good shot at being the champion right now. I mean, it's insane, man. It's absolutely insane, the fact that Travis Rosen gets overlooked again.
His entire run is a minute 47, which means even if you started it halfway through the course, right? If you had, like, like joining in progress type things that they do, which I like those. I think those are great. That'd be a good way to give him a little bit of credit without, it's like somewhere between a fast forward and a full run. No little teaser for him. We don't need any of that. Just show us him going across the broken bridge, give him 30 seconds, 45 seconds, show him finish the course and say, hey, it's the fastest time of the night. Good for you, Travis. Before showing us Drew, who was the last run of the night. And we hadn't awarded.
I know where this is going.
But yep. Not that I'm going to, harp on that at all because no one wants to hear me go on about it. But maybe, just maybe, it would have been nice to question whether Drew would have a little slip up. But whatever.
It's Drew Drechsel. I never question. until I see him actually fall early, I'm not going to question it. Yeah, I was excited to see Drew again. Just the confidence that he has exudes. I really liked his story, actually, man. He had a pretty cool story about, the gym and everything. The way he tackled this course and the speed and everything. Guys, this might be Drew Drechel's year. I mean, I don't see how it's not. If he falls in the finals, I still see him as being the last man standing. I'm calling it now. Drew Drechsel is going to be the last man standing. Part of me kind of feels, oddly enough, even though I didn't pick him, Nicholas Coolidge can do well this year. Because something about Nicholas Coolidge, he's a sneaky one, Rich. But I really have good vibes about Drew Drechsel. Very good vibes. I just think this guy's got everything in the making. He's kind of got that aura for me that I saw with Makoto Nagano in Sasuke, where you just feel like this guy's growing and developing year after year, and finally it's going to happen.
They can't put enough obstacles in this guy's way. Like, I think anyone that didn't pick him for their ANW fantasy team is absolutely crazy, for one. But it's like, oh God, why? Canada, right? I got to do the hockey reference. He's the Wayne Gretzky of Ninja Warrior.
And I salute all two of you that got that reference.
He's the Michael Jordan of Ninja. Would that make more sense for you?
Yeah.
Or am I got to go for closer? Like, do I go to LeBron James or the...
Are you going basketball, bro? Wait.
I'm just trying to pick an American sport. I don't know baseball.
She's just going straight up basketball. Okay, yeah.
What?
Shame.
Oh.
Shame.
Whatever. I do have to say, though, I was really happy with NBC giving Real Life Ninja Academy way more attention than they would normally give, like almost like a promo video. It was really, really cool of them to kind of give him that time to show what he was up to.
Yeah, that was interesting. Good on them. And they also reference Chris Wilczewski and Jimmy Ron also having gyms. Like that was really cool. They didn't have to do that. I respect them a lot for that. And did you get a vibe of cockiness, by the way, of him like, I want to be the best of everything? I liked it, but I'm curious if it got some bad reactions online. But I like the fact it's like, I want to be the best gym owner. I want to be the best Ninja Warrior. I want to be the best everything. I'm like, cool on you, man.
Yeah, it was borderline, but I like him too much to really care, I guess. If it was somebody new... I guess it's
because at this point you have that relationship with him as a viewer that it's not mean-spirited.
Yeah, I think he's built up enough goodwill with us that we'll definitely give him lots more slack than we would give other people. I do find it interesting, his approach. Now, he said he's going to trust his instincts more and just go with it. That's
scary.
It's a little scary, but at the same time, I think that's the way to do it.
It is.
Like, for him, he's going to save a lot of energy if he just does that. He's going to be riding that razor's edge.
It is, but at the same time, I mean, we've seen Brian Arnold and some other top ninjas make small mistakes, and when they always say it was a mental lapse or error, I fear that he's going to go in a little too overconfident in some obstacle and, overlook it. Jeff Brittening it. Sorry.
Yeah, don't.
That's the thing. Yep.
He's going to beat it. Great. He is definitely going to complete the whole course this year.
He is.
Great.
He's going to Jeff Britton the course, right? He's going to complete the whole thing. There you go. So
the whole thing.
And
total victory this year.
It does make me nervous, though, when he says that, because you can go with your instincts, but don't overlook them, I guess. Because he was going through those wing nuts mighty fast.
Yes, he was. So some notable ninjas that got skipped completely in the top 30 were Brett Sims, Rico Rivera, and Sean Darling Hammond.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's not too egregious. Brett Sims, I feel like, could have just kind of fast forward. But that's nitpicking, honestly.
Yeah, a little bit. It just kind of sucks. So we're not fast forwarding them. Good on you guys. Glad you made it in the top 30, and we'll see you in the finals.
Yeah, here's your props.
So moving on to crashing the course for Kansas City, we got to see a preview of the upcoming week, including this new obstacle called Crank It Up, which is amazing.
Dude, it's dope. Like, really creative, cool. I am so glad I never have to do an obstacle like that. That looks brutal. Every competitor doing that, I feel for your calluses and your poor palms. That thing looks like it's gonna just shred people's hands. It's so creative, though. It works out so many parts of your body and the upper parts of your body that's just gonna be very painful. That thing is a beast, man. I'm very high up on this obstacle. Why don't you describe it, by the way? I'm just talking at this point. Like, people don't even know what it is.
Yeah, so if you remember the flying squirrel from Vegas last year, right? Imagine that crossed with, like, the rack from, like, medieval times when they tortured people. Like, just combine those two things, and you have a pretty good idea.
Put an analogy.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, what do you call it? It's like, you just basically have to move these two handles up a bit at a time on these long bars. I mean, it's really hard to describe. When you see it, you won't forget it, that's for sure.
It's an awesome obstacle. That's all I gotta say.
It is, and it was designed by Kevin Brecky, who listens to the podcast, so hello, Kevin.
Props to you, man.
Yeah, it was really cool, and he got featured in Crashing the Course, and I feel bad we haven't been covering Crashing the Course this season so far, and they've been really good. They actually stepped it up this year. Mm-hmm. Alex Weber has been very engaging, and I think they've got it down to a better length. They seem to have ditched 24 before, which was hit or miss. It had some good ones and some bad ones.
I'm kind of sad that we don't get 24 before, but I like that they have a focus on Crashing the Course, and as you said, it's very much improved. Every course has a good theme, and I really liked what they did with Brecky, where they not only featured the person that created the obstacle, but they showed a ninja complete the obstacle and also had the creator of the obstacle try it out, and that was really cool because you have to imagine, like, that was a highlight of Brecky's day. Like, that was really neat, and good on him. Like, he did fairly well. He did the first half of it. That Lachey's got to work on a little bit, but like
yeah, it was solid. I was impressed when he did the first one, for sure. Natalie crushed it. She did really, really well.
Yeah, and that is not... I'm very curious to see how well people do on that obstacle, because that thing looks brutal.
All right, and the last thing I want to talk about was our ninja quiz that we put out last week. Response has been really good, so for those that haven't seen it, it's basically silhouettes of your favorite ninjas and some of the lesser known ninjas, and you can go out and try to figure out which ones they are. I've tweaked it a bit since last week. It now gives you responses as you go through, and there's more ninjas added to it. But the main reason I wanted to bring it up is we are running polls every week to figure out who gets added next. And everybody seems to be liking that. We're getting a lot of votes. A lot of people seem to be liking it. But if we look at the last episode, for the men, we had Bootie Cothran up against Travis Rosen and JJ Woods. Travis and JJ were neck and neck in the beginning, and then the Booty bandwagon kicks in and left them in the dust. So Booty was the one that got added this past week.
Too many people love that Booty, man.
Yeah, everybody loving on the Booty. So if you have a favorite ninja in a given week, make sure you follow us on Twitter and get your vote in so you can have your favorite ninjas added to our quiz.
Get it.
So that is it for this week. Thank you all for listening. Please take a moment to go to iTunes and rate, review, and subscribe. And if you'd like to reach out to us, you can reach me at rich@ninjapodcast.com or at ninjapodcast on both Twitter and Instagram. And Bijan, how can they reach you?
Hit me up at Twitter and Instagram at Bijan151. That is Bijan 151.
All right, thank you all for listening, and I hope you have a great week.
No to yes, the Booty.